Did you know a plane built in 1952 is still dropping bombs in 2025? Welcome to the story of the B-52 Stratofortress, a flying legend that has outlived its designers, its wars, and even its original engines. Today we're deep diving into the B-52, from its Cold War origins to its modern-day missions in Syria and Ukraine. And yes, you're going to want to hear what happened during its first real test. In 1948, the U.S. Air Force needed a long-range bomber to carry nuclear weapons deep into Soviet territory. The problem? Existing bombers couldn't reach the target, or survive the journey. Enter Boeing. The company proposed a massive, four-engine bomber with a range of over 5,000 miles, a staggering distance at the time. The project was greenlit in 1948 under the name Model 414-16. The Cold War was heating up. With the Soviet Union rapidly expanding its nuclear arsenal, the US needed a bomber that could fly high, fast, and far, and deliver a devastating payload. The Air Force, led by General Curtis LeMay, pushed for a design that could operate at high altitudes and carry massive payloads. But turning this idea into reality would prove far harder than anyone imagined. The B-52's development was plagued by technical problems. Its original TF-33 engines were underpowered, and the plane's wings were prone to flutter at high speeds, a dangerous instability. In 1954, the first B-52 prototype took flight, but it crashed just 30 minutes later. The cause? Aileron flutter. Engineers had to redesign the entire wing structure to fix the issue. The project was running years behind schedule and over $1 billion over budget, a staggering sum in the 1950s. But in 1955, the redesigned B-52 finally passed its flight tests and was declared operational. After years of development, it was finally time to prove itself. In 1956, the B-52 made its first combat-ready flight, a non-stop journey from the US to Alaska and back, covering over 6,000 miles. The B-52 entered service in 1957 and quickly became the backbone of the US nuclear deterrent. It could fly at 500 miles per hour, carry 40 nuclear bombs, and had a range of over 8,000 miles, a true intercontinental bomber. The first operational use of the B-52 came during the Vietnam War in 1965. The 7th Bomb Wing deployed to Guam, where they launched thousands of missions against North Vietnam. Pilots called it the Buff, the big ugly fat fella. But there was nothing ugly about its performance. The B-52 could carry up to 70,000 pounds of bombs, over 40 times the payload of an F-16. Operators were impressed by its range and payload, but also by its reliability. The B-52 could fly for over 14 hours without refueling, and it could operate in all weather conditions. But the real test was yet to come. During the Gulf War in 1991, the B-52 was tasked with carpet bombing Iraqi positions, a role it had not been designed for. On January 17, 1991, B-52s launched the first wave of the war, dropping over 100,000 bombs in the first 48 hours. The mission was a success, but it revealed a new role for the B-52, conventional warfare. The B-52 has flown over 100,000 combat missions across 50-plus years. It has dropped bombs in Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and even over Ukraine in 2022. Despite its age, the B-52 has proven itself in modern combat. In 2022, it launched cruise missiles into Syria, a role it hadn't performed in decades. One of the most surprising facts about the B-52 is that its original engines from the 1950s are still in use today. The basic design has remained unchanged for over 60 years. The B-52 has influenced every modern bomber design. Its ability to carry massive payloads and fly long distances has set the standard for strategic bombers around the world. The U.S. Air Force plans to keep the B-52 in service until at least 2050, that's 98 years of continuous service. The plane will outlive the Cold War, the 21st century, and possibly even the next generation of pilots. Culturally, the B-52 has become an icon. It's been featured in movies, documentaries, and even a few presidential speeches. It's not just a plane, it's a symbol of American airpower. So what's the final verdict? The B-52 is one of the most successful aircraft in history. It's outlived its designers, adapted to new wars, and still flies with the same basic engines it had in 1952. The B-52 is a testament to engineering, endurance, and adaptability. It's not just a bomber, it's a legend in the sky. And that's the story of the B-52 Stratofortress, the bomber that has flown through 65 years of history. Which military subject should we deep dive next? Comment below and subscribe for more.